All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Um, uh, me and the brother Shaquat wanted to get into a quick lesson regarding brotherly love, regarding staying brotherly, loving one another. All right. Uh, so with further ado, go ahead.
This is John 13:34.
Start at 33.
John 13:33. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. Ye shall seek me. And as I said unto the Jews, whither I go, ye cannot come. So now I say to you, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
Right, and see, this is what separates a two-third from a man of the Lord. Okay, because wicked men are selfish. You know, they're lovers of themselves, and they don't have any vision to seek to please the most high by serving men that the Most High set up. Okay, to teach them. All right. And this is the reason why Yahushua made it such an important point to love one another. Okay, is because if you don't love your brother, then the love of the Most High really isn't in you. Okay. Go ahead, read the next verse.
John 13:35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have loved one to another.
All right, so this is how you know that you're a disciple of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, if you actually truly love your brother. Okay, let's go into the word love and see what this is talking about. Okay, this is Strong's G 26. It says agape, all right, which means love, charity, dear, charitably, charitably, feast of charity. Okay, the outline of biblical usage says affection, goodwill. You see, you have goodwill towards your brother. You don't disdain him. You don't abhor him because he did something that you wouldn't do. Okay, because he doesn't like the same flavor of chicken wings that you do. Okay, benevolence, brotherly love. All right, this is what you're supposed to have towards one another, if towards a brother in this truth. Okay, it says in the Strong's definition, affection or benevolence, especially a love feast. Let's see, charity. Okay, so basically, man, is basically you don't just having goodwill towards your brother, man. All right, let's see what the root is. Agapeo. Okay, to love of persons, to welcome, to entertain, to be fond of, to love dearly. Okay, to be well pleased, to be contented at or with a thing. All right, so you're supposed to be pleased to fellowship with your brother, man. You know, it's not a huge deal. All right. Next scripture we can get is John the 15th chapter. It started verse 12.
John 15:12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
So we are commanded by Yahushua to love our brethren, man. Okay? This is a commandment. All right? So this is a mandatory responsibility that we have. All right? An order, or what's it called in the Greek? Entole. Okay? It says an order, a command, a charge, an injunction, a precept, that which is prescribed to one by reason of his office. All right? A prescribed rule in ordinance with a thing that is done. Okay. So this is a prescribed rule. This is one of the codes. Okay. One of the Hebrew Israelites codes to be brotherly, man. All right.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you're gonna be in this thing wholeheartedly, you know, what you're supposed to be concentrating on anyway is the love of your house shot. And your house shot loved all his disciples. He ain't keep nothing from them. He always told them, you know, what's to come, how we gonna travel, what we need to bring. You know, he prepared them, and that's out of love. You're not gonna be in the kingdom having strife with your brother who you was down here preaching with. You know, so if you got something against somebody, you need to let somebody know. Because ain't nobody going to be welcomed in the kingdom having any kind of strife or anger with one another.
Con. Yeah, man. That strife and contention, man, only comes from your own lust, man. All right. This is Matthew chapter 5:23. Okay. You know what? Let me start at verse 22. Matthew 5:22. It says, "But I say unto you that whosoever of the nation of Israel," okay, this only applies to Israel, "whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah," and if you go into the Greek, well, it's a Hebrew word, okay, but it goes back to the Hebrew word Rayakwa, Rayakwa, which means empty, vain, worthless. Basically, saying that your brother is a worthless, vain man. All right. It says, "Whosoever shall say to his brother, Rayakwa," right here, "Whosoever shall say to his brother, Rayakwa, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hell fire." Okay, be in danger of destruction. Okay, you're gonna get burnt up, man, in that day of destruction that is to come to America, man, by thermonuclear fire. All right. So even if you in the truth, but you say and you have faith and you got the breakdowns, you know, if you're not loving your brother, all right, if you're angry with your brother without a cause, then you'll be in danger of judgment, man. All right, mashapatyam. All right. It says, "Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift." Okay, so we're not supposed to really be acting like doing the work and all that stuff, and acting like we're not don't have a problem with our brother. You know what I'm saying? Don't stuff that away into a deep dark corner to let it fester, man. Just go ahead and get it up out. You know what I'm saying? If you got an issue, if you have a problem, go ahead and like a man, you know, plead your cause. All right, before before you go ahead and do anything else, really, that should be the first thing that you do. Okay. Yeah, something to say, bro?
Yeah, that's gonna get you out of there real quick too. You know, trying to hold problems in and emotions in.
Yeah.
That's what women do, man. And the next thing you know, you're gonna see her just falling out, acting like a complete idiot, just making a scene because she holding all that frustration in. Man, men ain't supposed to act like that.
Con. That word for reconcile in the Greek is Strong's 12:59, which says dialasso. Okay, it means to change the mind of anyone, to reconcile, to be reconciled, to renew friendship with one. Okay, so if you got so-called beef with a brother, man, or whatever, y'all at odds. Okay, you're supposed to renew your friendship with your brother. Okay, all right. It says, be reconciled. Where am I at? Be reconciled with our brother. Renew your friendship with your brother, because your brother, man, he's really the only one that got your back. You see, he's really the only one that's gonna stand, be there with you through thick and thin, man. All right, so we're not supposed to be at odds for a long period of times with a brother, man. We're supposed to go ahead and get that taken care of immediately, man. All right. All right, so that's the point on that. I just want to get that quick precept. You can go ahead back in John 15.
Okay. It's John 15 and 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
You see that? So a man is supposed to lay down his life for friends, and that's the greatest way that you can show love ever, man. You know, nobody's gonna be able to separate you from that. You see? Just looking at these precepts here.
And just to piggyback on what the brother just said, Yahushua not only died for us because it's something his father told me he had to do. He died for us because he loved us. Because he could have just took the kingdom by himself and had a whole lot of fun, you know. But nah, he wanted to share it with, you know, the elect brethren that helped him create the whole world with. He wanted to die for those elect brothers right there.
Con. You know, there's a bunch of precepts, man. But this is like a common sense scripture right here, man. In 1 John 4 and 11, okay, it says, "Beloved, if the Most High so loved us, we ought also to love one another." Because think about it, if the Most High, if the men that you're around, okay, are potentially men of the elect, and the Most High loved them enough to forgive them for their wickedness, who are you to be holding a grudge, man?
Huh.
You know, who are you to say, oh no, that man's not righteous. You know, he did this, and this. Okay, when you look at yourself, you're not even blameless. All right. So we hope to obtain mercy. So we have to what? Give mercy, man. You see? Go ahead, Ak.
Next scripture in verse 14. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
Right. Okay. So if you go to the book of Numbers, as a matter of fact, let me see something. I think it's the 19th chapter. Let me see. Talks about where Moses was speaking to the Most High face to face. Okay, it was with Miriam. She turned white as snow. Let me see. See if I can find it. Yeah, okay. Numbers 12. That's what it is. Mouth to mouth. That's how it was worded. Okay. This is Numbers chapter 12. Okay. It says Numbers 12 and 7. All right. It says, "My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. All right. With him I will speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. So the similitude of Yahweh shall he behold. Wherefore then are you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?" All right. And this is when Miriam and Aaron were like, man, look, these people, you know, I mean, so I'm sorry, they pretty much questioned Moses' authority, but the Most High set him up in that situation, okay. But it says right here, "My servant Moses, who was faithful in all my house, with him will I speak mouth to mouth." Okay, so if the Lord is speaking with his men, okay, if the Lord is dealing with his men, who are you to say, oh, I'm mad at him because, you know, he didn't do this the way I liked it. But the Most High forgiven him. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. All right? Let's go back to John. There's some more on that, bro. Like, go down to read all the way down to the 17th verse.
Next verse is 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
Right, and this is a huge task, man. This is a huge task that the Most High has bestowed upon His elect, and so this is what if it was meet for the Lord to give us this task, to trust us with this bringing in of the fruit. Okay, this isn't something that we shouldn't let little tiny skirmishes get in the way of that. Basically, like it doesn't really it's not conducive to your salvation. It's not very profitable to be bickering and arguing over little tiny petty stuff, man. Okay, go ahead.
These things I command you, that ye love one another.
All right, so that's a double commandment, man. Look, love one another, man. As I have loved you, these things I command you, that you love one another. This is an extremely important thing, because guess why? If you read down the next verse, it's us against the world. It says, if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. Okay, the world hates Yahushua. All right, so if we are walking in Yahushua, the world's gonna hate us too. All right, but guess what? That's all good, man, because we have Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and on this side we have the brotherhood, man. All right, let's go to 1 Thessalonians 4:9. Oops, there we go. Go ahead, read it when you get it, bro. Let's see.
First Thessalonians 4:9. But as touching brotherly love, ye need not that I write unto you, for ye yourselves are taught of the Most High to love one another.
Okay, so this really isn't something that we want to harp on for too long, because it's really common sense. But there's nothing wrong with it, with an exhortation. We are taught to love one another, man. Okay, Yahweh taught his disciples to be brotherly towards one another, man. Which means not holding grudges, man. Okay, not saying that I forgive you, and not forgiving, not forgiving, man, or not saying, okay, I accept your apology, and really still holding a grudge, man. That's wickedness, man. That's wickedness. Go ahead. Oh, actually, you know what? That's it on that one. And last one, we can wrap it up on 2 Timothy 3:14. Okay. And this, like I said, this is stuff that we've been taught from the beginning. Okay, as soon as we came into the truth by the man of the Lord, look, man, if we don't have brotherly love towards your brother, man, then you out of there, man. Okay, I think that's 2 Corinthians 13 chapter tell you that. Let me see, 2 Corinthians 13. I'm sorry, 1 Corinthians 13. Okay, let me just read the first verse. It says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, which is the same word in the Greek, you see, have not charity right here, agape, okay, and have not goodwill, have not brotherly love. It says what? I am becoming as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal, like an instrument, that is not really edifying. Okay, it's not really edifying. It's not going to be bringing forth fruit if you're being demonic and not forgiving your brother for his faults, man. The Lord's not going to forgive you. Okay, so you're not setting a good example by any means. Let's go ahead and get that in 2 Timothy. You got it, bro?
Yeah, 2 Timothy 3:14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
Right, so we have to continue in the things that Yahushua taught us, man. Okay, and has been assured of. This is assuredly the right thing to do. Okay, this is definitely a commandment. Let me see that word assured. It's bestow, okay, to make faithful, render trustworthy. We can trust in the fact that this is going to lead to our salvation, okay? Be firmly persuaded, okay? We are firmly persuaded that this is the right thing to do, to be brotherly towards one another, okay? Go ahead.
Next verse in 15. And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right. Okay. And so this is supposed to be applied to the scriptures that we read, okay? Because the proper understanding of the doctrine is going to be able to make us wise unto salvation through the faith which is in Yahushua HaMashiach, man. So this is huge, you know. The application of brotherly love, it needs to be remembered, man, especially when we come into times where Satan is going to try to sift us, okay, and try to put brother against brother, all right, make strivings and contentions. Let's get this last one, man. We can close out, Lord willing, on this one, okay. I was actually the previous chapter. All right, this is James chapter 4:1. It says, "From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence? Even of your lusts that war in your members." Okay, of that lust that you have in your flesh is really the reason why you bickering and arguing. Because if you're being spiritual, there really wouldn't be nothing that you go ahead and squash it. But if you continue to always, if you always find yourself fighting with a brother or being, somebody not agreeing with you or whatever, then you could possibly be part of the problem, man. More than likely you are. Okay, so you have to learn how to live peaceably, man. Okay. So do you have any finishing words, brother?
Yeah, man, you get on people's nerves too, man. You're not perfect, man. Okay, you fart, you pass gas, man. Hey, and let me tell you something, man. It stinks. So look, man, all that acting like a child, man. You got demons on you as well. You need to pray, man, and actually, I was trying to take them demons up off of you, man.
God, yeah, fasting, prayer, man, especially in these high demonic times. We got these heathen, whether they be of our nation or not, because if you celebrating Christmas and all that, you basically celebrating the ways of the heathen. Okay, you got them worshiping, doing all these wicked rituals, which is causing all these demons to flare up. Okay, some of those spirits might hop on you, man. You got to purge that off. You got to pray to Yahweh Shemi Shai that He keeps you in that strong, firm, fervent spirit. Keep you on fire for the truth, man. Because it's easy to it's a lot easier to fall off in the winter than it is in summertime. Summertime, everything's cool. You got food, money, everything's busting and booming. Okay, but during that winter, man, when it gets cold outside, speaking spiritually, it can get to you, man. It make you want to quit. So hey, Lord willing, we endure to the end, man. And also, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. With that, we're gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. Peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel, and also double honors to the apostles of GMS. Shalom.
Shalom.